Have you ever felt you are so strong, firm, and sure, such that nothing can cause you to stumble? Well, it's time we started fleeing. Even Joseph, a young boy filled with the wisdom and the Spirit of God, fled when he had to. In fact, if you ask me, that is exactly why he fled, because he was filled with the Spirit and the wisdom of God. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you a very beautiful story concerning a boy by name Joseph, who was a great person in the Bible. He still is to this day. Do stay tuned. Joseph was a young, very handsome boy who was unfortunately, but fortunately for him later on, envied by and sold by his very own brothers because of the special love that their father had towards him, and also because of the amazingly wild dreams that he usually used to tell them about, which he had. Well, these dreams later on became a reality. Joseph was sold by his brothers to Egyptians. He ended up in the hands of a man named Potiphar, who literally commanded armies in Egypt. Potiphar was a very well-known man who had power in Egypt. Okay, Joseph was sold to Potiphar, but fortunately for Joseph, he found favor in Potiphar's sight. So Potiphar had placed him in charge of the people that he had, and also in charge of everything that he commanded, except for one person. That was Potiphar's wife. Potiphar's wife also admired Joseph, but not in a way that she should have. Potiphar's wife began to lust after Joseph and started making advances towards him. But Joseph, being filled with the wisdom and the Spirit of God, knew that this was a wrong move, or this wasn't right. So he declined every advance that she made towards him. He rejected anything that came from her that was inappropriate, because he knew very well that his master had given him all that he needed and required, even as a slave that was sold to him. His master had put him in charge of everything except for this one person or this one thing, and that was his wife. So he was going to respect his master and God and even himself, and not get involved with his master's wife. Potiphar's wife, being persistent and not ready to accept Joseph's denials or declines, decided to go the extra mile. She one day sent all the members of the household away on an errand or something, and cornered Joseph, this very handsome boy, in a room so that she could make her attempt. Joseph still declined, so she decided to trap him. Well, Joseph had no idea that Potiphar's wife, obviously, he never had an idea that she was going to do something like this, which I'm going to tell you about. But this is what happened, okay? When Potiphar's wife entered the room and decided to make advances towards him, Joseph still declined and did not want to get into anything, any intimate thing or any intimate actions or anything with her. So he decided to stay away. He told her firmly no several times. So she decided to now force herself on him. So Joseph did the only thing possible which he could think of at that moment, and that was to flee. Joseph ran as though a lion was chasing him, thinking of no other thing or trying to even pack what he had come with or anything. He literally just fled. But this in turn made Potiphar's wife's attempt or her plan or trap a success, because she was able to hold on to Joseph's robe and get a piece of his cloak that got torn in her hand because of the way he fled. I'm telling you, Joseph fled like a lion was chasing him. Upon this evidence that she had in her hand, Joseph, in her mind, was a finished man, because she had the evidence against him and she was his master's wife. Of course she's going to be believed. So she now screamed that Joseph tried to force himself on her. And this was the proof, his piece of cloak that was in her hand. Now, if you want to know more about the story, you can start reading from the Bible, which is chapter 37 of Genesis, the book of Genesis, chapter 37. Downwards, you can read from verse 1 downwards, and you get the whole story, how this ended up. Well, I am going to be giving you how do I call this? A spoiler, okay? In the end, this was actually for Joseph's benefit, because it led him to a higher position. So him fleeing and then her trap, everything led to Joseph's accomplishment, okay? Because he became a better and a bigger person, even than Potiphar, or even compared to Potiphar in the whole of Egypt. So Joseph's fleeing was not actually cowardice. It was him protecting himself and his future. I spoke about hiding is not always cowardice in my previous video. You can do well to check it out and you understand what I mean. But yes, this was his accomplishment. It was him building his future and protecting himself, his future, and what he stood for as a child of God. Okay. Hi, beautiful youth. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on post notifications, and share your opinions down in the comment section. Now, what am I getting at, or what am I driving at? Why am I telling you this long story about Joseph and why he fled? Well, when you hear the story, some of you might be thinking, if I was Joseph, I could have just done it too. Like, even once, who would have caught me? I mean, no one was in the house, no one would have known. Well, that's the thing about making mistakes or sinning. The minute you decide to do something once, most of the time you cannot stop. Once you do it once, you're like, no one caught me today, I can do it again. You do it a second time, a third time. But there's a saying that goes, every day for the words, and then one day for the master. Every day for the fool, one day for the master. So you can be a fool once, twice, but there will definitely be a day when you will be caught. Joseph decided not to be that person or end up in that day. And besides, he was a man filled with the spirit and the wisdom of God. So he knew what was right and what was wrong. What should we take from this story? There are certain times where we should flee, but instead of fleeing or running away, we tend to stay and prove that we can avoid it, or we can brush it away or brush it off. But that is wrong. The Bible always tells us to flee from lust, flee from even laziness, flee from friendships or relationships that drive you away from God and God's plan for you, God's special plan for you. The Bible teaches us that God has a perfect plan for us. He has an established plan for us, a predestined plan for us. Now, if you do things that are going to drive you away from the plan of God, instead of fleeing, you disrupt your own life and your own self. But when you flee, you protect yourself, you protect your future, you protect what God has for you, and it comes to pass. Another thing I'm going to be saying in this video is that I want to give an instance, okay? Most of the time, we are tempted. As human beings, it's natural, it's normal that we get tempted. It's all a part of the test to get tempted, okay? We are bound to get tempted. But one thing is that temptation does not come from God. It's in the Bible, actually. If you think I'm lying, I'll try my best to drop it down in the video, to put it on the video, to put on your screen for you. That's what I mean here. The Bible says that we are not tempted by God. Let no man who is tempted say he's tempted by God, because we are not tempted by God. It's only the devil that tempts. So what we as Christians or as human beings are to do is to listen to the voice of God and to avoid that temptation. Some of the temptations that come our way, we are not supposed to stay and say we can fight it. We're not supposed to stay and say, oh, this one day I'll not fall into it, this one day I'll not do it. No, if you have to run, run. If you have to flee, flee. Don't stay and say you can fight it. No. Flee when you have to, run away. Don't stay, be like Joseph. I'm telling you, Joseph fled like a lion was chasing him. That is how you should flee when such things come your way. When bad friendships come your way, run like a lion is chasing you. a lion that is ready to devour you is chasing you, run, flee. When lust comes in your way, flee. Like a lion who is ready to devour you is chasing you. Flee from laziness, from bad friendships, from relationships or things that cause you to drive away from the path that God has already made for you, the beautiful path that He has already predestined for you, that has an expected end. Don't end up being in the plan that does not have an expected end. Always flee when you have to. Don't stay and say, I can fight, I'm strong, as for me, I can conquer this. Because if you keep staying when you're supposed to flee, one day you will definitely fall and you end up where you do not want to be. The Bible in 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 22 even says, in situations like lust, flee. It literally says run away. Do not stay and say you can fight it. No, flee like Joseph did. Flee. Like, always imagine, when in such situations, you can always imagine like you're being chased by a lion that is ready to devour you, a hungry lion. Always imagine such situations like that. It will help you to flee even better. Okay, so if you are in relationships or friendships or even sometimes family or theft, procrastination, laziness, basically anything or anyone that tries to drift you away from God's predestined plan from you, from the plan of God that literally has an expected end, the plan of God that is perfect for you, anything that tries to pull you away from that plan or that tries to disrupt your life or your future, make sure that you flee away from it. Do not stay and say you can fight it. Let God be the one to fight your battles for you. Do not stay when you have to flee. Always flee when you have to. Whether it's friendship, whether it's a person, whether it's a thing, whether it's an attitude or a character, flee. The Bible says run away, so run away. Okay, just like Joseph. I'm going to give you a little spoiler, okay? The reason why I said this was also a benefit, what happened to Joseph was also a benefit to him, is because Joseph, upon being arrested by the false claims of Potiphar's wife, actually ended up becoming the second in command to the whole of Egypt after Pharaoh. He became in charge of everything and everyone. He was even superior to Potiphar, the man he was sold to, because he decided to flee when he had to. He did not decide to stay and say, oh, today they didn't catch me, I'll not be caught today, I can do it tomorrow, I'll be careful, or I can fight it, I can talk to her, I can do it. No, he fled. So when it's your turn, flee. Okay, so guys, I hope we all learned something from this. Please do also leave your comments in the comment section if you think I said something far off or something you did not really understand, or if you even agree or you also have something to top up with. Please do feel free to share it in the comment section. I will be sure to read, reply. We all learn from each other. I'll be sure to read, I'll be sure to reply. And do not forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications, like the video, share, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And also don't forget to check my video out.